In this video, we're going to learn how to bring a third-person character into our vehicle level. Currently, when I hit play, I do have a vehicle that I can drive around in, but right now I don't have a character in here at all. So I need to get a character in here so I can jump between the two, between the vehicle and the character. So I need a third-person character for that, and this is how you do it. So you can see I don't have a third-person character over here in my outliner, and also I don't have any third-person character folders here. Even if I go into my content, there's nothing third-person here. So I'm going to migrate one from another level. All right, so I'm going to open that level up and open that project actually. And I've got a couple projects, and I believe it's this one right here. Let's go see. I'm going to grab this one. Now, what we're going to do, while it's opening, let me talk for just a little bit. Alright, what we're going to do is we're going to take the third-person character, we're going to migrate it over, but then also there are some inputs that come with it. Because if I don't add these inputs, then what happens is my player can look around up and down, but he can't rotate around. For instance, he can't turn and look behind him, or he can't look to the right or to the left. He can only look straight ahead without these inputs. So we're also going to learn how to add these inputs as well. That is basically just exporting a file and then importing a file as well. So we'll do that to make sure that we've got the right things in order for us to control our player. So, all right, we're almost ready. We're at 90%, but I did want to make sure that I told you what we were going to do here. All right, it's almost open. There it is. So here's my third-person character. You can see it's right here, third-person character. And also in my content folder, there's my third-person blueprint. And go into blueprints and then third-person character. So if I right-click on my third-person character, go into Asset Actions, and then Migrate, I'll do this. These are all the assets that come over with it. So I'm just going to say OK because I need all of those. And then also, I need to go find the place where I'm going to put all these. I'm going to migrate it into my Swearingen Terrain folder. And you have to choose the content folder because that's how it's going to find everything. So I'm just going to choose my content folder. I'll say OK. And it does it that quick. You can see down here the migration was completed successfully. Alright, now one other thing I can't forget is that we're going to have to go into our project settings. So edit project settings, and then, whoops, it's over here. Let's bring it here. Now we need to grab some inputs. So I'm going to go down into the engine rollout, and you'll see where it says inputs. And I have some mappings here for my third-person character. These mappings are not found currently. We should have looked at it originally, but they're not there for my third-person character. So what I'll do is I just want to export these. Choose a place to export them where you'll remember. I'm not going to put them here. I'm not going to remember where that is. So I just go into my one of my other drives, and I'm just going to throw it right in here where the top level of my project is. That's just an input backup. I'll save it and close this. And let's go back and open up the terrain project again. So I will open project, open my Swearingen Terrain. Alright, so let me explain while we're waiting for that to open again. What we're going to do, the third-person character is already in the level. That was migrating it. That exported it and it imported it all at the same time. That's what migrating is. It kind of helps save a step, so I don't have to do 2 steps of export and import. I will have to do that, however, for my inputs. The inputs, I can only export it there. You can't migrate those. And then when we open up our inputs in the terrain level, I will have to import those. But it's a quick, easy thing. You click the import button, you find the file, and then they're imported. So we'll take a look at them before we do that. And also we'll get to see that the player, I won't import them right away, we'll see that the player won't be able to function properly right away. Alright, we're almost ready to open here. We're at 85%, and then we'll get that started. So 86%. But anyway, those inputs are very important to the character moving around, because otherwise he can only look one direction. Even though he can move and jump all these other directions, he can still only look one direction, and that's not really what we want. We need him to be able to look around as well. So, all right, so there's my vehicle. So I'm going to put my player over here, and all right, we'll do this. Okay, so anyway, let's go look for my player. So I'm in the content folder, and we look for third-person blueprint. That wasn't there before, so double-click the folder, blueprints. There's my character. Let's go ahead and put him. You can put him anywhere in your level. I'm going to put him up here, up top. So there he is, up top, and so I'm going to hit play, and it only allows me to right now control my vehicle. But you can see my player's there. I've got no way now of, let's see if he's got booms. I can run in and push the ball around. It's kind of fun. But I have no way of controlling him just yet. So let's go in and control him or possess him. So I'm going to go into Blueprints, open a level blueprint. And of course it came up on the other screen. There it is. Alright, so I'm just going to make it simple. I want to be able to press a key on my keyboard to possess the third-person character. Third person starts with T, so how about if I press T, that goes to the third-person character. So if I right-click and just hit the letter T, then the letter T comes available to me. So that's the one I want. So when T is pressed, I would like to possess, P-O-S-S-E-S. And then if I can't find it, turn off context sensitive, and there's possess. I would like to possess a controller or a pawn, but I'm going to have to put something in both of these. Alright, so my pawn is going to be T for my third-person character. I got to get that third-person character in here. So let's just take this guy. Actually, I don't think he'll drag from here, will he? There it is. This one, my third-person character, is going to be the pawn that I'm going to possess. And you can see I'm missing something here, so that if I try to compile, I'm going to get an error, because my target, and it even tells me the blueprint's not a controller, therefore I have to have a connection here for my controller, and here it says target is controller. So let's, since this is a player, let's get player controller. There we go. Get my player controller. So now when I press T, I will possess the third-person character as my player controller. Let's compile. The error should go away. And let's go put that up there. And let's play. Alright, so here I am driving around. I say, hey, look, there's a person. I'd like to possess him. So I'm going to press the T key. And there it is. Now I can run around here, but I'm trying to turn around so I can run back. I can run towards me, and I can run this way and jump, and I can't jump. So I have limited controls here. I can't turn and look. I'm trying to rotate or pan left and right. I can't do that. I can only go up and down, and I can't turn around, and I can't even jump. So we need those controls. Let's go get them. All right. So now we're going to go back into Edit, Project Settings, and remember we go into our inputs, and you'll see some controls here. These are for the vehicle, and but I don't have the inputs for the player character, so let's import those. And I have to remember where I put it. I did put it in here. There it is, my input backup, and I will just open that INI file. There's my jump, and here's the other things that I can use for my player character. Alright, that looks good. All I have to do is close this. Let's test it. Hit play. So I've got player control. I see my character. Press T. There he is. Now I can look all around. I can press spacebar to jump. So I have all the normal controls now of my player. That's pretty good. Alright, what if I want to get back into my vehicle? Well, I can't jump into him right there. I can't really get into him. So let's do one more thing. Let's set up another control so I can get back into my vehicle, and this way I'll be able to swap back and forth and go vehicle or go player, vehicle, player, whatever. Alright, so let's do that. So I'm going to escape out of here. And now one thing though is that is that I don't really have a vehicle in here. This is a player start. This is not a vehicle. If you look over here, I don't have a vehicle in here. There's nothing that says vehicle. It just says player start. So I actually have to put a vehicle in here in order to get it. So here's my vehicle advanced blueprint. And blueprints, and there it is, my vehicle blueprint. So I'm just going to put the blueprint for the vehicle in there. And that looks good. So now I'm going to have two vehicles in here. So watch, when I hit play, and there's the other vehicle. So it's kind of weird. This is just kind of a quick, easy way to set it up. And then another video, I'll fix the issue of having two vehicles. But for now, we'll do it this way. Alright, so I need to get this vehicle into this. And we're going to do kind of a similar thing right here. So I'll select that, do Control V, Control C, and we'll make a couple changes here. First of all, I don't want the same letter. That just wouldn't work. T, it would probably get confused. I'm not even sure what would happen. So, but we need a different letter for this. So how about the, right next to each other is the Y. T for the third-person character, Y for my vehicle. Why? I don't know. We'll try it. So I'm just going to go into my keyboard. Actually, I can just search for Y. There it is. And there's my Y. And so now I've just changed my input key to Y. That looks good. So here's Y. When it's pressed, it's going to possess the get player controller. Uh-oh, third-person character. We don't want that. Delete. What we do want is this vehicle right here. So I'm going to drag that into here. Let's go back up here, drag it down, and this one will be the new pawn. Alright, so I'm going to comment this by selecting them all, pressing C. This will be possess the vehicle by pressing Y. Alright, that looks good. Let's do the same thing here. Press the C key, possess the character by pressing T. There we go. Alright, so I've got them labeled. Let's compile them. Everything looks good. Let's go back in here. Let's hit play. And by the way, I have to click in my keyboard in order for my controls work. And I just can't do that without mentioning. Alright, so let's go. Alright, there's my player. So I'm going to possess him. Press the T key. Got full controls here. There's the car I just came out of. And, whoa, not sure what happened there. That was kind of freaky. So, I'm going to, that was kind of weird. Alright, I don't know what happened, but let's play it. Alright, so I have to click and drive the vehicle. And I'm just going to, so just to show you, this vehicle is going to be up on the map. I'm going to press my character, possess my character, press the T key. There's my character. I'm going to run over here. Let's go down there. There's the one that we really want to possess. This one. And so now I'll press the Y key. And there he is. So now I can run it. So now you can see that I have two different Alright, and then if I would just want to go between the two, just press T, Y, T, Y, T, Y. So anyway, so that's how you set it up. And once again, let's take a last look at that blueprint. And we have a keyboard event, possesses, get player controller, and then your third-person character or your vehicle there. Alright, that's how you do it. Thanks for watching, and let me know if you have any questions.